My name is Melanie. I grew up in Monmouth County, New Jersey. I'm 23. I study nutrition now at Rutgers. When I was younger, I went to conservative day school. I had Israeli teachers teaching me Hebrew for part of the day, and then the other part of the day I would do English, math, social studies, regular school subjects. But in addition to having regular school events, we would also celebrate the Jewish holidays as a school. When I left private school, it was because I had 2 siblings and it was too expensive to send all of us there. I went from being surrounded by other Jews and Israelis to being completely alone. Once I was in public school was when I really had the culture shock of like, wow, I am different. This is weird. When I was growing up, I was in a town that was predominantly white Protestants, and a lot of people didn't really understand like my religion. I didn't know many Jews in my hometown. A lot of people would make fun of me for being different. Pretty much until I came to college. I was very against being open about being Jewish. I wouldn't wear a Jewish star necklace. Everything that I did that was Jewish related was either at home or at my temple. My mom was raised Jewish. She ate kosher at home. She celebrated all the holidays. She went to shul with her family. My dad was actually raised Catholic and he converted. When I went into middle school and I was in a mostly like secular environment, there were no Jews around me, there was no Jewish learning anymore. It kind of stifled my Jewish identity because I wasn't fully immersed. So I think that made me feel a little bit ashamed of who I was, and the pride that I once had kind of was quieted. When I came to Rutgers, that really woke back up. I went on birthright after my freshman year of college, even though I wasn't really practicing my religion at the time. And while I was there, I met amazing people that were similar to me that also like weren't practicing currently but wanted to get closer to their roots. The first Shabbat that we had all together, our tour guide had us make a circle and we all had our arms around each other, and he just started singing the Havdalah prayer. I just felt like my Jewish spirit was kind of reawakened. After I got home from birthright, I was like, I need to go back to Israel. I need to be more involved in Judaism. The reason why I even met my girlfriend was because we were in a math class together. I was asking her for the notes for our math class because I had missed class because of Rosh Hashanah. I hadn't gone to classes that day. And she said, no, actually I wasn't. And I said, oh, are you Jewish too? And she's like, yeah, I'm Jewish. I've been to Israel with my girlfriend on 2 occasions. We actually went on a trip together called ZOA, our Zionist Organization of America. It was a campus leaders trip. We learned about the conflict and we went to all the borders and learned all about it from like the ground. We heard from Jewish people, we heard from Israeli Arabs, we heard from Palestinians, and we were able to form our own opinions about it. When I came back from Israel, I got really involved with Rutgers Hillel, and I became an intern for the birthright recruitment. I think a lot of people on campus don't know a lot about Israel. And there's also a lot of anti-Semitism as a result of hating Israel and thinking that they're doing horrible things. A lot of people were like, I don't want to go to Israel, it's not a safe place. And I've also had people come up to my table and say like horrible things about how Israel is an apartheid state. And I'm like, do you even know where Israel is on a map? It's a shocking amount of people that know nothing about the situation in Israel but have so much to say about it. I think the current political environment makes a lot of Jewish people afraid. You've seen an increase in anti-Semitic attacks. It makes you afraid to be in solely Jewish environments. People want to do bad things to people who are different from them. And you are different than most people because you're Jewish. You never know who's watching and who's planning a school shooting or doing something horrible that's been happening here so much. I think programs like Birthright, Taglit, and Masa are so important for Israel and American Jews because they offer opportunities for American students to experience Israel maybe if they couldn't have done it before because of money, because of other reasons. And I think getting people in America to Israel is so important. I wouldn't know what my life would look like had I never gone to Israel because I never could afford to get there. All American Jews should at least know one Israeli, and all Israelis should know at least one American Jew. We're a lot less different than you think.